Hey everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome back. Episode 4 of Pillars of Eternity. So, as always, there is a little bit of dialogue in this game that may be inappropriate to young audiences, and this video will contain spoilers. So if you are... what's the word? If you are having issues with that, may want to avert your eyes. Anyway, last episode we ended up getting here to Gilded Vale, and I wanted to try this late for dinner thing out. Speak to the innkeeper at the Black Hound Inn, and I did check. This is the inn down here, I believe, but I wanted to check out what's here. So, we're getting close. Don't be stupid. They can't possibly get any worse. I don't know what it is. Guards patrol, but not the Black Meadow. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Uh-oh. Hello. Hi. What are you guys doing? You see 4 people gathered by the door of the inn. Their raised voices and chopped gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. Ooh. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood. But his height and stature suggest he's an elf. Great.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we?
Let's do
My
that.
treat.
Yeah.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Huh. What's going on? Why does the hero in any game always need to butt in? We don't need that kind of treatment, not from foreigners. Okay, so fancy mocking us.
Go
Okay.
on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Let's do it.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
He sounds more like a dwarf than an
I'll cut
elf.
that barrel-looking
Oh
tongue
my.
out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said.
That's where you're wrong.
Okay, so he said something made them mad. That's fine. Back down, absurd. You're not going to take this from them. Let's see. Back down. Let's try to calm it down. Oh. They squint. Sounds suspiciously like you'd... I am kind... Oh, great. Now we're fighting. Angry townsman, angry townsman, angry townsman. Let's kill this guy since he's coming at us. Oh.
Him.
Oh, okay. They exploded into itty-bitty bits. Awesome. As the last of attackers falls, Elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You are welcome. Actually, that was fun.
Then I can't
Yes.
imagine you lack for entertainment in these parts.
Nope, sure don't. Strains his hood, and you note the remains of a fraying embroidery on his glove. His boots are caked with dirt of many months of travel, but leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Hello, Alof. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a wizard by training, and
Nice.
an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling in a
Northern
caravan.
ruins. Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A byway.
And you survived?
Yep.
I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Let's see. What are we doing? How'd you manage to?
That was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
So there's a big war. Did you make a lewd suggestion? Yeah. Yeah, that. Tried to calm them, but they misheard me. Still happens after a few pints. Accent doesn't help. Yeah, I heard the same thing. I see. There we go. I should get going.
Should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day.
Really?
It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Let's do it. I could use a wizard. We got a bear to kill.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Good. The loot, they didn't really have much. Silver loose. Should we go inside and try to turn in that quest? Good. We got a wizard. Let's check this guy out. Yeah, wizards are really interesting. They have the weapons. They have their base weapons. So he has the scepter, and I think he's got a secondary weapon too. Yeah, he's got a scepter and a rapier. The scepter is a two-hander. And then he has this grimoire on this side. I think that's how you pronounce it. And we can look in that. This is really, really cool. So the grimoire, you have, like these are the level 1 or the cantrips, is that what it's called? Where you have the basic ones. So we have here is like minor missiles, magic missiles, and then dazzling lights, which is decreases their will and dazes them. And then this is like a ice attack. It kind of freezes them and reduces their accuracy. And then we have a fire attack. So I kind of want to build this guy as a fire wizard, and we can do that when he continues leveling up. He'll be kind of weak for a little while, but then he gets kind of really strong, and it gets pretty cool. So we do have an additional scepter. We have a rod instead of a scepter. It does about the same thing, except this rod does a little more damage, but it's a little slower attack. So I think I'm going to keep the scepter. We could do shields and stuff too. I don't really care to do that. We'll just do what we did. We're going to go inside here and try to turn in that quest that we got. Was it last time? Yeah, maybe the time before. Let's see. Is this the dude? No, it's the villager.
Got it.
Pasca. Pasca was the guy we need to talk to. Oh, it's you! Tenfrith told us what you did for him. Such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself in favor of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. What would you like? Like a room, like reliable help. Do you know anyone looking for work? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound, where you can see what they had for sale. Let's try the sale. No, let's know first. Actually, the building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get big crowds back when they see him in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, the Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs pining after him. Poor old girl. The place ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Okay, please, sit where you'd like. Ready to drink or a room? Let's do, anyone looking for help? Oh well. I wouldn't say I could speak from experience, but we do have some certain sorts coming looking by work once in a while. If you want to hire someone, I'll be happy to send them your way. Let's see what you have to work with. So this is cool too. This is the sales thing for the inn. We can get a room, get a laborer's room, and this is really cool too. It helps us, like we get +1 perception and mechanics after we rest there. Same with the Drywood's Pride, we get +2 resolve. And we can get an additional adventurer, and this actually goes through the whole character creation thing again, so we can pick on whoever we wanted. Excuse me, got a little tickle in my voice. And this bottom one is the selling. So we can sell a lot of this junk that we have. I think if we just click on it, it goes. There we go. That puts it down below in the bottom. And we can just sell everything we had. That's a one-handed sword. You might want to look at that. There's a torch. Kind of want to keep the torch with us. Maybe a secondary weapon. We could trade that. We could also look at our other person or in our big chest. So we get rid of the two-handed poleaxe, and I guess we can just get rid of everything. Nothing was really good. I looked through it between videos too. So we can get 225 more copper. And then we could actually hire an adventurer. Now this is something that I want to do, but I'm very hesitant on doing it. There's a couple things that we could do. We need kind of a tank. And I guess let's do it. We can try it. And I've been wanting to either make a paladin or a fighter. I'm kind of leaning towards the fighter instead of the paladin. I've played some of the other ones. We're going to go with that. And we could do the Navi, this guy, the Amona, because he's got might. We could also do a dwarf, because he's got extra constitution and might. So he's a little bit better. So we're going to go with this just for the base. I do like dwarves. Dwarves are my favorite fantasy guy. So we'll go with this. And there is the mountain dwarf or the boreal dwarf. The mountain dwarf gets +1 accuracy against creature of wilder or primordial types. And this one is defend against poison and disease. We'll go with the boreal, because that's like a forest dwarf, I guess. I don't really understand the difference. He'll be a fighter. We'll have him on the shield. And he has knockdown or disciplined barrage. It increases the accuracy. We're going to go the knockdown because he'll be a tank, sort of CC. And then we can go constitution and resolve. Resolve is our concentration, deflection, and will. This is more of our defenses a little bit, I think. Concentration, yep. And deflection is parrying, sort of. Not really, but sort of. We have might is straight up damage. Dexterity is our accuracy. Again, perception is kind of nice to have. We'll bump that up. And we'll do constitution at 18. Oh, we'll do constitution 19. That sounds great. Resolve is a little less, because we want him to be a tank. Now we can pick these. Dexterity, resolve, intellect, constitution. We'll do more constitution yet again. Even though he starts with something we don't want him to have, the big polearm, that's okay. I just did sell all my other stuff too, didn't I? And I want him to have, oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought too much into this one. I don't care about stealth. We could do lore. Lore doesn't seem great. Athletics and mechanics sounds awesome. Great. So he gets hair. We're going to do facial hair. Dwarfs have to have a beard. There we go. Get rid of that weird face tattoo stuff. And oh, mohawk. Can't do. Oh, a bald one. I did play. Ooh, that's actually decent. We'll go with that. And I like his colors. That looks good to me. We'll go to next. And appearance. Let's see. Oh, that's perfect. That actually looks like him. That's pretty good. We'll do it. And he's going to be stoic. Good stoic dwarf. And he will be Thunder. Be a good dwarf name. Perfect. So we're gonna be done. We're gonna get our brand new guy in. There we go. Late for dinner. So we got our dude. Our next quest, actually seek help for the condition. Get some rest. We'll ask for permanent accommodations. End of the illness. So we need to get a room. So let's do this. I'd like to get a room. You're always welcome. And how about we do this one? Gives us a little better perception and stuff. We'll rest in the room for the night. We will get our buff up, and hopefully our quest will advance itself. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocated anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman, whose face is shriveled inward like a moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to the side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open. They are emptying behind them a vast nothingness that makes up your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts and with a gust of rancid air speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of dwarf sweat breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face and thick droplets on your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke to the magistrate. He called her Animancer. Though it fills you with new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Wow, that's a little creepy. So I think that would be a vision. Is that right? Would that be vision? No, just the biography. Try to sleep as restless. Okay, cool. Next up, let's try... We can loot and steal things in here. We can also talk to other people if we find any of them. So there's people over there we can talk to. There's an upstairs. The servers, if they don't have a thing over their head, you can't really interact with them. You can reach for their soul and see different things. We'll just skip that. I want to try going upstairs and see if there's anything fun up here. There should be that dog, right? The doggy dog. Ooh. Carousers. In guest? Hi, guest. Please leave me be. Too full of sickness. And I don't really want to talk to these guys' souls. It's kind of weird. If you wanted to, you could go through and see all of their stuff. That's the exit. I know that for sure. Bones are covered with tiny bite marks. There's the doggy. Hi, Blackhound. Oh. The hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if it was waiting for a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines in a low note, tail wagging. Sorry, girl. Let's just pet the doggy. Dog's tail thumps happily and gets the floorboards. Aw. Can we talk to it? Sorry, girl, I don't think he's coming back. Aw, head tilting. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. What? What just happened? The dog disappeared. Is that quest not in the game or something? It is a little early yet. I've got a part that I can't go past. If we do loot these, and if we are seen looting these, we get arrested. Or everyone turns immediately mad at us. Let's go check this thing. Probably going to be rats in the thing. Roaches. Okay. Let's leave this door, and we'll see what happens. Maybe the doggy will be outside. So I looked in the combat log down there, and it didn't say much. Basically that, yep, it's doggy. Dog's ears perk up, it trouts over and barks happily. Okay, so the dog disappeared. Hey, who's this? Villager. More villagers? More villagers. Okay, let's continue around. I think I want to go kill that bear before we do any too much more. I want to check out all of the buildings in the city, though. See if there's anything fun here. Arfa. A woman standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. Turns her head slightly as you enter.
Hello.
Well, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise. Give you once. I'm expecting someone else. She gives you a curious smile. Can I help you? Nice cat. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too. Like to get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? Master Odima's by any chance? I was. Afraid to ask if the rest of us killed. Nothing but a strangled voicelet gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I know. I told her it was a dangerous path. Calissia was always certain she could take on any danger. Poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I just can't believe she's gone. That's my cat meowing in the background, not this one. Why did you send for her? Worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told her as much as I could, but I know for too long every born in Gilded Vale soulless empty. It's happened to many mothers, and he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of God's disfavor. With my husband gone, I don't know if I'll be able to manage my lost home alone. Great. I'll find Ragna for you. We don't have these other things. We don't have Gold Pack Knights or the Werefers. I'll try to find her. You will? God's bless you. Here, give you my coin to pay her with. Don't need to trouble yourself. Compass is what the lagoon does south, so you have to cross the wilds to get there. So it's a quest we got. Keeps your hands together. Thank you. Truly. You're saving us both. Okay, so we have to bring someone back. Travel to and speak to Mother Ragna. Hello, kitty. Meow. Meow. Nope. Okay, we'll leave. I don't want to loot things with people in the rooms. That's not right. Well, I mean, I am a rogue and everything, but I still don't like doing it. Oh, here we got some people. Can we just reach into their soul? We could actually, some of these are interesting. They have a little extra on the bottom, if you look at it. There we go. Reach for the soul. Nothing really there. You can pause it if you want to read it. Okay, come back down. And we'll see. So we're going to go back to the big tree. See if we can find that dead lady. These guys don't care. There, she is dead. We actually talked to her? That's awkward. The squat, dissented body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from the thin, crooked bow that sags the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn in patches of moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope and suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side of the woman stiff breeze. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings. There is a tepid warmth to it. You feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Yeah. Oh, you take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on the objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with a new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes, and you feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied by only you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you, with eyes clouded and a milky fog. Her body still swaying in the wind, and you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head. The rope creaks as she does, and she smiles at you. Have you
come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Okay, that's a little awkward.
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to talk?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Okay, I need to understand something that's happened to me.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there?
Yep, pretty much.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder! Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
Huh. I think
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a biohack. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no? Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die, and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence, and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Cool. I'm not going to ask about her.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Because I don't really care. You alright? You seem lost now. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows. Well, that's interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived the biowack, huh? In any case, appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share things. You know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. Just as you demonstrated. Let's get going. Cool.
17 and a half.
17 and a half what? Individual units of something? Other smoke pipe?
17 and a half. Well, it could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking
People
about?
hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
That's funny.
Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved. The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta. I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
What's it to you? Forgive my curiosity. Blind eye to the dead. None of your business. Fair enough. Okay, I don't want that guy getting in the business. I don't like him. That dear. Actually, let's talk to him. Why not?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here.
Cyphers, animators.
There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense. The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Really? Captain. Saints War. Only one in my lifetime. Gave him a drywood hello. Okay.
We blew him up.
Oh, nice. Got a rebirth and redemption formally anyway. Who is Ithias? Had questions. Why has your headman got involved? Okay, sent me down here the other day. Said they're good authority, someone in town working. Said if I didn't come forward right away, they'd hang everyone, last one of us. No one was coming forward, so head henchman went forward and took his word. What's the town have against you?
That's what it comes down to.
Oh, so it's a religious battle.
Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Okay.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Wow. Drinking. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Kaya de Nao. Watcher might be able to help us.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree. All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
Okay. I have no clue what this guy is. I don't have any idea what he is. I guess he's a... So we've got 2 warriors now. Great! If I would have known that, we'd have picked somebody else other than a warrior. I didn't realize we could recruit another guy here. I guess that's fine. Okay, let's continue around. We got a little bit of time left. We'll check out maybe one more room here. Check out this one. See if there's anything cool inside. Uh-oh. The man and woman appear to have a deep conversation. Working at closing two bulging satchels, they move to embrace until the woman notices you approach. Her smile faltering a little. Do you know this man at Nanton? Yes, we met in Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclined, glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? You seem to be in a hurry. Huh. Yes, I imagine so. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and, well, in truth, I think we had a fill of this town. Good idea. Anything you could tell me about Gilded Vale? Only that you want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rot goes deeper. Looking for work? I'd say a better chance elsewhere. Alright. Cool. So, I guess they didn't like the loss of the buddy, and he's getting out of town. I tell you what, this is a good spot to end the episode. We got a few more things to do here. We got the Blackhammer Smithery, the windmill, and houses. Road south. So if we go to the smithery and the windmill, go back and kill that bear next episode. I think that's the goal. So, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and keep your stick on the ice. We'll catch you next time.